you get close enough to the intro. So, we thought you would like a behind the scenes of our event, where we rocked up late because Trump is in town.
Oh yeah.
For love nor money. We've just filled all the goodie bags. Everybody's still waiting, and we're
having a menopausal sweat.
I'm going through it again because I'm an early one.
I'm Terry.
So what we thought we'd do is we'd just take you behind the scenes. Keeping it real, getting people drunk. So we are here to have a screening of Gloria Bell in the first ever meet and greet for the Beauty Hags. Joe L. Jones, you did that?
You're doing the S-Bag.
Just sign this one. It's almost like we know what we're doing.
This one.
We have goodie bags to surprise people to like.
You're like a pop star going into your thing.
No, that's us.
Yeah.
No, that's us.
Did you get out of the room with your... Welcome to the Curzon! The whole point of this evening was because the lady that runs the press and publicity department at the Curzon is a fan of the Beauty Hags, and she slid into my DMs, and I like to think I answer most of my DMs. And she said,
doesn't.
She said, I'm a huge fan. Would you come and see a movie that I think will speak to your audience, because it's about a sort of, what did you describe it as? A coming of age, but it's a coming of middle age. Julianne Moore's incredible in it, and the Curzon only do the coolest events and the coolest movies anyway. So we came to see it. It was the moment I realised that Joe talks through films.
Who doesn't talk through film?
Right.
It's a long time to sit still.
Honestly. And she talked all the way through the movie, but we watched it with a group of critics who were terribly serious and terribly grown up, and they whooped and they yelped and they kind of, like, there's moments you cringe. Anyway, what we thought we'd do was we'd have an event, we'd do a quick meet and greet. You've got goodie bags. I'm sorry they're all in different bags, but we did pack them ourselves earlier on, hence the fact we're quite sweaty and shiny. It's got some of our favourite products in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hang around backstage while you guys watch the movie, because obviously we've seen it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do come down afterwards, we'll do a Q&A. You can ask us any questions. It can be beauty related, it can be movie related. When you get given Gloria Bell merch and you customise it, look at the different styles. Rock and roll.
I don't even know how you did that.
I just chopped the neck off. You chopped the sleeves and the bottom off, didn't you?
No, I didn't chop the neck. I just rolled the neck. But also, I quite like a high neck. You've got the boobs.
That's not tough. Enough of that talk. So, I hope you like the movie. I love the movie because it's my era. When I interviewed Julianne Moore, I said to her, "You're happily married, but if you were ever dating, would you go online or go on the dance floor, and she was absolutely horrified at the thought of doing either. Swipe right, swipe left. So what we thought we'd do is we'd have a Q&A where you can ask us beauty stuff now, you can ask us film stuff, you can ask us anything you want. We've got 15 minutes. And do you want to announce the extra prizes?
But first of all, you have to. There's 2 people that have got under their seats, weirdly, a 10p piece
Stuck to the bottom of their seat.
And if it's you, then it's not a car like Oprah. It is 2 really mega goodie bags. And I really.
Right, are there any questions at all? Beauty questions, film questions?
Hiya.
Hiya.
What would be your song on the dance floor that you would dance to?
Okay, so my question back to you is, for the first goodie bag, who knows when I asked Julianne Moore what her song was on the dance floor? Yes?
Brick House.
Yes, thank you, by the Commodores, which may I just say,
No idea.
Joe Jones has no idea what I'm talking about.
Let me tell you, anything by Drake or some kind of twerking situation. When we watched the film, Nadine said that what she said was that, which really stuck with me actually. She said, it's funny how someone of that, she feels more relevant and more interested in listening to music and dancing to music that's for now. From now, rather than dancing in stuff that's retrospective. I didn't agree actually because I like dancing to bros.
Who do you watch on YouTube?
I actually find it really difficult to find women that I admire not admire, that's probably really patronising, but I find it very difficult to find women whose voice that I can align with, and people that sort of I find it very difficult to find women who are over the age of 30 that I think actually you've got something that is going to be interesting to me to hear about. And what I hear a lot of on YouTube and on a lot of social media is negativity, and I just don't have time for it, and I'm really fucking bored of people who talk about rants. Just give me the good news, because beauty should be good news.
Yeah, we decided beauty should be fun, which is why we did the beauty hags. And I always had a saying my whole life, which was, I worked for Hello Magazine, I never read Hello Magazine. I appeared on This Morning, I never watched daytime TV. And the truth is, I hardly watch anybody on YouTube because I just don't see myself reflected back. So I subscribe to the normal people. I've got Angie at Hot and Flashy and Dominique Sash and people like that. But I only dip in and out of their stuff. I kind of watch my mates really, because watching Ruth Crilly is just like watching my mate, because she's my mate, and I love Sam and Nick Chapman, but I can never be that. So in a way, it's quite good actually. Advice to anybody that wants to do social media is kind of don't look at other people's, because if you see, God, at my agency there are some girls who are just, they go on holiday, they go on trips with drones and handsome husbands, and they're so gorgeous.
I mean, I've got nothing against that.
And I've got nothing against that. But if I knew that content could look like that, I'd never have started
But also, we
creating
all
my
look
own
good from up
content.
there, right? From a drone.
No, they look good. They look good close up too. And I just I just set up a camera in my spare room and I just started talking because I just thought there was an audience for it, and luckily enough there is an audience for it. And you kind of don't really want me to be perfect, and you want us to be a little bit drunk at Christmas and make fools of ourselves, right? Another question.
Most Fridays.
Right, okay.
Just wondering who your current day celebrity crushes are.
Still Keanu, isn't it?
Oh, so Keanu. Yeah. And I so could have. I so couldn't have. I swerved. I literally, that's when I was telling that story. So for those of you who haven't heard it, I used to interview celebrities a lot for a living. And I was at BAFTA, and BAFTA is really dull and really boring, unless you're a celebrity. And so I was there with another journalist called Hannah Baird. I think there's an Oscar-winning screen actor over there I need to go and talk to. And I went, I dare you. She went, I dare you. Go and talk to anybody in the room. And I went, I'm really tall, and Keanu Reeves is super tall. So I went, I'm going to go and talk to Keanu Reeves. He looks like he's surrounded by people he doesn't want to talk to. And she went, go on, I dare you, like this. Okay, so I walked across the room, and I was walking towards him, doing this. And then I got within about 10 metres of him. And because I'm so tall and he's so tall, he instantly saw me. And he went, do you want to talk to me? And I went, no, I'm fine. I so could have. We had a moment there.
Yeah, but also you did what we always do, which
So
is
he's
just
my
like
age.
pussy out and just
Oh yes, all talk, no action. Welcome to the world of beauty.
I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, and then you're just like,
So yours would be that Jason Momoa guy, wouldn't it?
yeah. But then his wife is so hot and so cool as well.
Whereas Keanu's single.
Yeah.
Would you create your own beauty or hair or makeup or skincare brand? And if you would, what would you do? How would it be perfect?
I think that everything's so geared towards super like young people, and like it's almost like you're over 30 and you're irrelevant. And actually, I feel the opposite. I feel like if I want to wear a top that says "fuck me" on it, I'm not going to, obviously, because my kids will kill me, but like I just feel like just because you're over the age of 30, that's all right, you know. And I feel compelled to just do things that make people feel uncomfortable because why not? And I don't want to be told that because I'm 42 I'm invisible, or I don't want to be told by a 30-year-old that I'm invisible, and I don't want to be told. I want a 20-year-old to look at me and say, oh, do you know what, when I'm 42, I think about that. What she's done is quite cool, and that would be quite cool. So I don't really necessarily want to create something. I don't want to leave. Like, I don't have any desire to leave any sort of legacy. I just want my kids, who I've got 2 daughters, and I just want them to think, yeah, do you know, my mum's a woman. Obviously, my mum's a woman. But like,
There are rumours.
Have you seen it? She's about my husband. But I just think, you know, fuck it. I just want them to be proud of it. So I don't necessarily, sorry, to go back to your question, I don't necessarily feel the need to create something or to do something. And actually, to be, like, my whole job is about promoting people and helping people to create things that have done wonderful things. And I've been lucky to work with some amazing brands. And I'm the background person that is always the kind of, yeah, go on, let's do it. Let's do what I say. You'll be amazing, you know. So I don't really want to create anything for myself, but I want to be able to support people that create stuff for themselves and stuff that I think is relevant for women that aren't millennials. Not that I would, you know, I was one once. Apparently not. I didn't realise that when you were born a millennial, you stay a millennial forever, and then progressed on to becoming Gen X. Sorry, I'm just rabbiting.
I have been approached to make my own products.
Woo!
But the problem is that I think there are so many products out there that if I am going to launch something, it had better be really good. Like, I can't be in a position to criticise other products or to pick out other products that I really love and not create something that's really great. So at the moment, I am open to offers, but my God, it had better be really good, because there's nothing more frustrating, and we've all done it, and you've marketed it, and I've interviewed celebrities, and you say to them, like, so tell me, why did you launch your new range of skincare stroke beauty products stroke makeup? And they went, I just couldn't find what I wanted. And I'm like, have you been to Boots? I think you'll find there's a lot of stuff out there, really. You just couldn't find exactly what you wanted. There are only 8,000 conditioners and concealers to choose from. So if I'm going to choose something, it would be much more of a sort of, I think probably I'd like to do a beauty box first, where I do an edit of things I really like, and then maybe do like the ultimate product within a group. But I don't know. If I'm going to do it, it had better be good, because there are a lot of great products out there and really reasonably priced.
P.S. I have never marketed a product that I didn't 100% believe in. Take that out of the edit. I'll
Leave it
never
in
work
there.
again.
Any other questions? Lady at the back there.
Alright, I don't need a mic.
Okay.
Jo, can you just say something about your charity and if there's anything that we can do to support it?
Yay, the beauty bank!
We have this charity, although we don't really call it a charity, it's a people-powered movement. It's called Beauty Banks, and it is not polished and it's not perfect, but it's just a grassroots people-powered movement that exists to support people in our communities that can't afford to keep clean. So if you have, if you would like to be able to support us, if you go the Beauty Banks on Instagram,
yeah.
you will find us, and we can tell you where you can donate. So thanks for asking.
Yeah. And also, as I said earlier on, I need to make sure I create as much beauty hags as possible in the next year and a half, because once she gets called to the palace and she gets knighted, ordained,
Do you know what she did yesterday? Do you know what she did? Right, so yesterday, my kids and I, after school, went to our storage unit where we store loads of the beauty bank stuff. My kids were filming a live at the...
Which Joe didn't know about.
Which I didn't know about. Also, they were starting to get to the point where they're like, we've been here for 2 hours. Can you and I was like, oh, why don't you do a live? And they're like, brilliant. So we did a live, they did a live, and I was just packing stuff. And Bagot pops up on the live and says, why don't you just lock Mummy?
Push her in the storage cupboard and lock her in.
And lock her in. And I did. And I was in there for about 12 minutes without being able to get up. So thanks for that.
You're welcome. Right, any other questions? People always ask me what I can't live without, and mine without a doubt will be mascara and liner, more than anything, because I still love my Primark microfiber cloth with water for everything else. And you think I've sold a lot of those, trust me, and I don't even have an affiliate link. So for me it would be a mascara, and it would be, I'm not really that fussy, but it would be an absolute classic mascara and a bit of Bobbi Brown chocolate eyeliner. That would be mine. Because we quite like a dark, messy eye, don't we?
Yeah. Mine would probably be a CC cream, ITCC cream, and eye drops. Because my eyes are always blood dropped because I drink so much gin. So the next morning I'm just like, little.
Do you remember when we did the Christmas thing and she said, I'm going to give up drink because I'm going to... What was that stuff you had?
Oh, faux gin, the fake gin.
Yeah. No, that mixer, I can't remember what it's called. And you said, it's amazing, it's amazing. And we came back in the new year, I said, how did it go? But it tastes so much better with gin in it. One more question. The last one, before we wind up. Right at the back there, go on, just shout.
I know you're...
Yeah.
I know you're both pro-procedures.
Yes.
What do you say to the critics?
Of what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, you so were expecting that, right? Skincare is like buying a brand new duvet cover, right? So you just want the absolutely most beautiful, uncreased, ironed duvet cover, like, 1,000 thread count. But what happens is if underneath that is a duvet and underneath that is a mattress, and your skincare is not going to touch that, but filler will touch that and Botox will touch that. And I just think you can't judge anybody. Hence the fact I don't really judge the whole Kardashian thing, even though I don't want you to have an influence on younger people. I didn't have Botox till I was 43 because...
It wasn't invented.
It just wasn't. Because it just wasn't invented. But the truth is that the two are not mutually exclusive. They work really well together. And I think who's to judge, really?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you want to grow older gracefully, good on you. Julianne Moore, when I interviewed her, you could tell had not had a scrap of work. But I've only ever interviewed 2 celebrities in my entire life who I could see did not have a scrap of work, her and Sarah Jessica Parker. Everybody else, trust me, they're nipped and tucked with an inch of their life, including the men. So
yes.
I just think that the truth of the matter is never lie about it. So if any of you come up to me and ask me what I've had done, I will be honest and open about it, because that's the truth. And also it's my job to test things. She'll have it all. She loves it, don't you?
Yeah, of course. I've got 2 kids, I'm knackered. Don't get any sleep.
Right.
I just think each to their own, and if it suits you, have it. If you don't want to have it, but don't judge. Don't judge people that have it. Don't be negative. If people want it, and don't lie about it, as you said. Don't, for women to sit there and say that you don't have anything when you do, it's just ingenuous, and you're doing a disservice to women and men, so just own it. Have it, own it, love it. Yeah, but that's alright. Believe it, achieve it.